right. So we all have a gazillion unconscious patterns that are dictating the way we perceive the world, the way we think, the way we feel emotionally, and the way we act, our behavior. And they can be tenacious because we formed these patterns oftentimes when we were really young as a way to keep ourselves safe, as a way to make meaning of the world, as a way to have some control or imagine that we have some control over what's going on. And so they become, well, they're probably unconscious from the start, but they become more and more unconscious, and we just assume this is the way I am. And we feel powerless to change these things often. And so a pattern that I recognize that I have is a tendency to feel insignificant or unimportant or unvalued. And I especially got this from being the youngest of six, and my sisters, all like loving and adoring each other and all these things that they would do together that I was never a part of. And so I developed this belief system, this habit of expecting myself to be ignored or not taken seriously or not valued, not loved, not liked. And so, of course, I find ways to repeat this pattern, to create this pattern more in my life. I find ways of creating it with friendships, like not being invited. The whole group is going and doing something, but I'm not invited, so I get to feel like I'm unvalued and unloved and unsupported again. I get to recreate it with my sisters because we're all going to Hawaii for this wedding, and the three of them are sharing a condo, and I'm not invited. So the way that I experience that in my business last week is I put out a couple of different posts on my personal Facebook page saying, hey, is anybody interested in this thing? And either nobody answered or one person answered. And so again, I get this experience of I'm not valued. And so it becomes a self-perpetuating, vicious cycle where the more I experience, the more I believe, well, it really is true. And so the more I vibrate that out, and the more I attract more of that, create more of that, do more of that, want more of that, expect more of that. So that's the way it works. That's the way the psyche and the universe work together. And so one simple tool that you can use to help break your belief that this is the way I am and this is the way it is, because that is not at all true. It's just a pattern that you've got going, and you're like putting out that vibe, and so you're making it happen. So one way to deal with this in kind of a humorous and playful way is to pretend that you're getting an award for doing the very thing that you don't want to do. Like in my case, so I was actually in the bathroom. I was sitting on the toilet and I was having this visualization. So I had this visualization that I was being called up on stage, to the podium. I was being given a trophy, and the trophy was for being unvalued, for being unseen, for being unrespected, for all of that. And so it was like, so I expected the whole audience to yay, that's wonderful. But what happened is when they gave me the trophy and it was my time to speak and say gratitude and stuff, what happened is the audience was not paying attention. It was hilarious. They were talking to each other. People were getting up and leaving. They were turning their back and looking at the back of the auditorium. So not only did I get this award for, finding ways to be unvalued and unseen, but also when I got the award, the audience did the same thing to me. So it was hilarious. So this is a way, so Carl Jung said, I've told you this many times, until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. So you see, me recognizing, oh, I've got this pattern and it's showing up here and here and here. This is brilliant because now I'm making what was previously unconscious conscious. And then I'm making fun of it because I'm not taking it so seriously, because it doesn't have to be that way. I'm the one who's making it be that way. And so by making light of it, by giving myself a trophy, I'm actually like kind of rewarding that part of me that's like, yeah, I want to feel unvalued. I really want that. I need that. I love feeling that. So I'm giving that part of me an award. And then I was cracking myself up by making the audience not pay any attention to me when I was giving my acceptance speech. So anyway, this is just a little idea for you. I wanted to share it with you because it's a really valuable thing to be able to make your own unconscious, unresourceful habits and patterns and behavioral things and emotional states and all that stuff more conscious. And then when you can poke fun at it and have some humor with it, it can really help to loosen up a stuck pattern. Talk to you soon.